Day 15. What will it bring? What else can we uncover? So we're gonna have to try and reach the antechamber, and then we will know whether that lever was permanent or not. But basically, until we've done it, right, until we've unlocked the antechamber, we don't really gonna worry about the lever because, you know, it's hard to get in there. I guess we will, if it's not done, then we will have to run out and get the lever, but usually like we have plenty steps. Trading post. I don't have the burning glass on me, but I'm hoping to get it done in terms of see if we can get that dynamite. Oh, it doesn't reset each day. It already exists. Like, it's a point on the map. I thought it doesn't reset state, so if you power it, it's gonna be powered. No, it stays on the map. Okay, we have to click here to choose a color. So we wanna pick gold. Yeah, shop rooms are more likely because we're missing a bunch of shop rooms. Right now, yeah, we don't have any items, so we can't trade anything. And yes, other than the dynamite, there's nothing here, I think. So we need the burning glass to play with some dynamite. So we'll leave for now. And what else? What else can we do with this day? Let's start drafting and see where it takes us. Okay, well, we have our package in the mail room, so we can pick it up because then we have items. Is it something nice? Amateur lockpick kit and gems. Okay, that's just a normal lockpick. This here is all I hope is lockpick kit. Okay, well, someone didn't update that text on one of the notes, and yeah, nothing else here for us. Okay, pantry, spare room, closet. Let's go pantry, so we're wrapping around the mail room. And here, let's go parlor. Do some puzzles. Are they gonna be hard now? Okay, no items for us here. What we have? The gems are in the black box. Possible. Empty. The gems are in a box with a statement. Okay, there's no statement, so that's like ambiguous whether it's true or false. Well, if the gems are in the black box, then the black box would also be true, right? Because the gems would be in a box with a statement. But if the gems are not in the black box, then that would make the both of those. I know, because if the gems are not in the black box, that is false. Or the gems are in the box with a statement is true, then the gems are in the blue box, and we just ignore the white box because it's ambiguous. Yes, there are. Yeah, like, does the box without a statement basically mean one is true, one is false, because the no statement cannot be either of those things? And yes, here's the showroom, luxury items for sale. Right now we have 13 coins, but I do want to place it. We have 6 coins, or 6 gems, so we're not going to be too poor on the gems. And yeah, a new room, luxury items for sale. Well, some of them are just for looking at. Emerald bracelet. You don't have to pay the gem cost of floor plans. Is that forever? Like for the rest of the game? Wow. Mastery key opens all normal doors. Chronograph. While drafting, you may rewind time after drawing new floor plans. You are more likely to draw to more drafting. What? Rewind time after drawing. What does it mean? Like rewind time as in we undo the room we drafted? Or something else? And the silver spoon. Whenever you gain steps from eating, gain 20 as many steps. Okay, well, yeah, we do not have the money to buy any of this. But yes, is this just on today? Is this forever? I have questions. Well, I guess we will leave it for now. And yeah, we gotta get rich to do this. Laundry is here, we don't want laundry. Hallway makes sense. And let's go this way to just wrap around. No, don't spread gems. Okay, bedroom. Check the hand. There's a dance. I've been taught my lessons. Always check the hand in the bedroom. Closet then and chapel. I guess chapel, because then we don't have to cross the chapel too many times afterwards. Just take it to the dead end. The solarium, yes. We definitely want the solarium, because then we have lots of rare and unusual rooms available to us. And we're just, another allowance box. We don't have the shovel now. And there's a black pawn in the solarium as well. So the white and black doesn't seem to make any difference in terms of the chess puzzle, because the pieces are blue, so they don't seem to care which ones you have. And there's a note and another hat we can't take. Mr. Nogila. Anne wanted me to remind you once again that it's expected of you to keep the grass in the cloister cut and the trees trimmed. I have a feeling you may have forgotten how to open the cloister wall again, so to save you some stern words, I decided to draw you a little diagram to help you out. Who knows, maybe this time it will stick. Sympathetically, Bridget. Yeah, okay, so that's the cloister opening, press the 2 things, but because we played the demo, then that note was in the hovel, so I knew this already. Okay, and here we want the green things to be in the corners. Okay, so the yellows do the moving up again, but the greens don't. The greens do something. The greens swap like that. Okay, yeah, that's the corners. Even more allowance. Well, I mean, we can just be keeping our allowance high and eventually we will be rich enough to be affording the things in the showroom at the start of the run. Because yeah, I don't know. I get the feeling they're not like permanent, like you have to buy them each day, that you want to use them at least. Okay, well, I guess corridor here. And then, well, that's not particularly nice. And I guess the reading will get a key. But yeah, we might have a tough time. Okay, the library at least turns where we want to turn, so we get that. We can order a book. So we had that, we have that. This, I'm pretty sure it's just a book from the observatory. So we can read more about the pump, but it feels like we somehow have the pump figured out. So history of Orindia. See if there's more, anything there that we can use. Any secret words, anything like that. I guess, conference. Don't want to use my gem right now if I don't have to. Okay, and then draft into this corner. Billiard, wine cellar. Not laundry. Wine cellar. More gems is good. Not really been into the wine cellar too much. Like, it has gems. I honestly in the demo expected that there would be like a secret passage here or something, because it, you know, looks like a recess thing. I mean, maybe there still is, but there's been no indication of it. So far, nothing like that. Oh, there's a key. Oh my god. Well, that's no good. That's a straight up block. Oh my god. Well, we filled in the bottom 3 rows and then the game said no. The game said no, so we're gonna go to the planetarium and just end there to boost our stars. Actually, now I'm wondering. Well, I have this day kind of wasted. Should I therefore go outside, path in the underground to see that if that lever's permanent? Because if it's not permanent, then we know we're gonna have to do it every time we have any chance of reaching the place. So let's check that out. Well, I have steps and I'm not going anywhere else. Yeah, sometimes you get amazing full house days and sometimes you get an absolute mess of a day. Just happens. Another ride in the elevator. Can't even like read the menu while we're riding because I was like, oh, I was going to see how many shops we have. I mean, we still at least have the trophy room we need to find. How many? Okay, there's 3 more shops we haven't seen. So we still should pick gold the next time. Because yeah, we have the boat unlocked, so that's all good. So we just don't touch the pump room again until we're satisfied. I'm not sure if there's more things the pump room needs to do. Like, you know, the fact that you can pump out aquarium sounds a bit rude, but who knows? Maybe those fishes are hiding something. Go to the side and the first side tunnel. Yeah, okay, so not too faffy in terms of the cog situation. I still don't know if there's some other stuff to do with the up and down. Okay, well, this got locked again, so I don't know about the permanence of this. No, it's locked, god damn it. But that means like either we preemptively do this every day so that we're ready in case it works, which seems to add a bit of faff to each morning whether we do it or not, or we risk it and we basically wait until we're in a good place to have the anti-chamber unlocked and then we run back. Like, the only risk would be that then we don't have enough steps to do it. So I'm not sure what the smart play here is, right? The smart play feels like you would do this every day just so you're ready, but that just feels like we'll add time to each of our days. That said, you know, I've not had that much trouble with my steps being low or like too low to make it through the house. Like, we're starting with extra 20. Like, I've done, you know, running up and down the house multiple times in previous runs and it didn't block me. So the only thing is like, yes, the one time I managed to do it is gonna be the one time where somehow I don't have steps. So yeah, it's what is the best choice? I'm just running back because we have the planetarium, so I want to finish in the planetarium. But yeah, planetarium we go. And I mean, there are still some other puzzles. There are still some other questions that we've got to answer before we've got everything in the game. But yeah, I think it's getting slower and slower now. It's more repeated things. Okay, well, we're ending our day here since we didn't get very far. Okay, well, more shop rooms for us the next day for sure, until we can fill that. Because yeah, I want to see my trophy room. Yeah, just a cozy cottage this time. Yeah, so I assume the foundation only goes in this slot probably, right? It doesn't move randomly. You have to place it there. Okay, well, onward to the next day. Day 16. Is it gonna go any better? Let's find out. Well, allowance first, then outside room. But yes, I'm going with the risky plan of not faffing in the basement until I've well progressed into even the chance of the antechamber, because it's not gonna be very interesting. I think I like the tool shed from this. And yeah, we get metal detector. Oh, we get the battery. Okay, well, if we can pull workshop now. Well, I was going to use the banner to pull shops again, but what I really want to pull now is workshop, because then we could make the electromagnet, I think. Where is workshop? Here. So it's just a blue. We can make blues more likely, and then hope that will somehow speed up the workshop boiler room situation, even though my previous plans was shops. Let's try it. See if it improves anything for us. Even though, yes, blue is the most common for the rooms, so there's gonna be a lot of things we're picking through. What we have then? Well, billiard for sure for the keys, but storeroom, we still have 2 doors. Let's take storeroom and we add keys. I like keys. I like gems. Don't have shuffle right now. What can we put here? There we go. Workshop straight away. So that's good. And yeah, I think the electromagnet was the metal detector and the battery. No, it was something else. Oh, what was it? Well, we have the workshop at least, so we will know to come back here when we bring up more items. Okay, well, if we take the reading nook, we get our library thing again. Key, and then nothing else here. And yeah, we can get the library to go up, and we can read a book, and there's an extra key for us. Oh yeah, I think we can check here what the recipe was for the item in the book, so that also helps. Still haven't opened the car. Oh, it's compass and battery pack. Okay, well, we might be able to get compass from like a shop or something. Hopefully, maybe. Okay, so that's the history of Orindia, 2nd edition. This book was reviewed and cleared for publication by the Fenner's Central Board of Education. It has been edited to conform to our department's standards, including the omission of section deemed inaccurate or unsuitable for public dissemination. Yes, so Orindia is some of the other kingdom, and this Fen heirs, like, they're like, no, we gotta censor it. So yeah, Herbert, Mary Jones, Detective Bon Margle, Simon P. Jones. But yes, is Orindia where they've escaped to... The name used to designate the realms of Eastern waters is no longer known to the average citizen of the elder generation. We must... is this control? Permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon our past. Ajira. Most historians mark the beginning of the first era, often denoted as Ajira, but by the association of the first king, whose name Oris would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Oris was known before his coronation as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of the surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the 1st century, a new kingdom was born. This is also labeled redacted. 2nd era, it was the 4th king who split the vast domain in 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. To the eldest, he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, to the middle province and the handspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift gift to the youngest, he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms, a wild and untamed expanse which at the time was not developed but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. And to his middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Orindia, land steeped in tradition, the third era. Okay, so the kingdoms have split from the one place. As the second era drew to a close, the three sovereign realms have achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of the distinct regions ruled by their respective sibling monarchs had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing unique characteristics and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite those differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the further was done by commerce between the three realms, further strengthening their bond and laying the foundation for promise of prosperous and bright future. Yeah, it seems that Fenairs basically went like, no, we hate you all, we're gonna detach from everyone, gonna ban any knowledge of it, and no one is allowed to leave. Oh, secret note. Baron Sinclair, thank you so much for your cooperation with the department and this investigation. We now our present is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you are not only tolerant but also willing to aid our efforts in getting this business done as quickly as possible. We are returning with this letter to the book you lent us, though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. I had heard that your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the history of Orindia could be found, it would likely be found within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. So part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that is the case, then I say, well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit we'll have a laugh about this after you have given me the actual manuscript. Okay, so maybe we can get the real book uncensored. Yeah. Until then, Detective Paul Margle, yeah, here's from the Red Guard. So yeah, the fourth era, as the kingdom something entered the fourth era, different king and kind of a rule took the reins of power. King Decius III was a something king who often was seen drinking, a sight that shocked not only the gentry and the court but the masses as well. The king of something, those viewed common folk. This voice displayed the seed which took root in grand city of Fen. Okay, the era of ruin. After the passing of King Decius, the fourth era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died something. On the very next day, the 6th of October, the Prince Lersen of Fen declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a number of supporters due to the fact that Decius IV shared something little of his virtues. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put the end to the Fensurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of innocent echoed through the city streets, stained in red. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment, who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch Ares and new ones to join their cause. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years, and so buried 1 in 3 men. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death, he had won. Horus had fallen, and with it the realm. The black flags that had flown for 5 eras were burned, and in their place red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen of Fern, and few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. The current era, so that's where we are in the 6th era. Today the realms inherited by the 3 Fen heirs, Arch heirs, and Eraja once again stand united as allies. Through the distance between our peoples has grown, our connection to this land remains as strong as ever. The spruce and birch that span across our realms serve as a constant reminder that we all share a common past, redacted. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprang forth the greatest empire the world has ever seen. seen. The land of our fathers, our mothers, and our children. Redacted. Okay, well, we know something more. Clearly, this is a traveled realm. There are issues here. A bookshop, a study. I mean, we don't want to kill ourselves here, but yes, we can add the bookshop because there are more books, even more books. What does books for sale mean? Okay, more to read. Reddington Herald. A new clue sold out in hours. So that's the new book from our missing mother that we didn't get to read. It should come as no surprise that the latest book from local author Marion Marigold is breaking literary records and making headlines even in absentia. The release of her new book, A New Clue, comes only 4 months after the distressful report of the author's mysterious and unexplained disappearance. Okay, so she disappeared and then her book came out. Interesting. Her current publisher has issued a statement debunking the conspiracy theories surrounding the book's recent announcement, stating the writing of the book was completed and well into the editing stages many months before the disappearance. In addition, the publisher has revealed that all of the proceeds from the first edition sales of A New Clue will be going to Lasting Hope, a non-profit organization that aims to provide resources and in the investigations of missing persons. Still, the timing and convenient mysterious title of Marigold's third book has left many cynics denouncing the book and her disappearance as cheap publicity stunt. Detective Paul Markle, who many theorize may have been the inspiration for A New Clue, was quoted only saying that the book was unintentionally accurate. Regardless of their opinions, fans, pundits, and cynics alike were standing together, elbow to elbow in Bookshop's queues this morning, eager to get their hands on what may be very likely the last words ever published by the missing author. Yes, very convenient that she publishes a book called The New Clue after she disappears. Wow. Well, can we get this book? Oh, and there is another bishop in the bookshop. What can we buy? We can buy, oh my god, it's 50 gold. Yes. So this is probably the uncensored book, right? 50 gold uncensored book. A New Clue, 50 gold. The Curse of Blackbridge. Blackbridge. That might be a clue for where the third thing is for Blackbridge Grotto. Realm of and Rune. Drafting Strategy Volume 4. Drafting Strategy Volume 5. So drafting strategy is the guidebooks that are like how to play the game better. And yeah, then we can check them out in the library. Now, as much as I can afford drafting strategy 4 and 5 right now, that's not what I want to spend my money on. But clearly, yeah, we need to summon some of my money-making skills from before times and get get rich, because we have at least 2 rooms that are like based on us being rich. Okay, well, there's a chest, but we don't have a sledgehammer yet. Dining room here, not the greatest position, but also it's not the... well, if we get the drawing room, at least we can get the gem back from the safe and then open ourselves up to that corner. That's fine, I think. Objectives are partially try to get to the antechamber again, but also partially power the foundation. So I'm like, either way is good. Or new rooms are also good. Like, that's the thing. Like, the game has like, okay, you know, you have to find the 46 rooms. That's your objective. But like, to be honest, there's so many other things to be doing. So the focus is just all over the place. I mean, aquarium kinda yes, but also kinda no, because the gem. So I'm gonna try to redraw. Well, study, I think I want to study, right? Because it will let us do more redrawing, and we can still access that corner from the entrance hall. So let's go study. Get our apple, get our gem from the safe, and more gem. We have to get more gems for ourselves. Any other items here? Nothing else for us here. Okay, well, we can go up from the den. Oh, the trophy room's here, but we can't afford it. Too much. Yeah, it gives you 8 gems, but you have to pay 5, and we only have 4. So I think pantry it is, because we can turn. Got surprised by that gem cost. Startled. Keys. More courtyards. Clock tower. Well, the clock tower. I think we need the courtyard, otherwise we're gonna be actually blocked from everything but this corner, unless we redraw. But I don't want to redraw yet. So I think courtyard. We don't have a shovel, so we're not digging anything up right now. Okay, so there's the mechanarium, but we do not have any... No, we have 1 mechanical room. So we'll just have 1 door. But we also don't have much better choice here other than using up our gems on redrawing. So I don't think this is gonna be a good day, but we can at least check out this room. Yeah. But yeah, I wonder, like, corner doors. That's gonna be an interesting thing if we can pull it off. There's the kennel, the pool. We don't need the pump room now, right? Or we're good on the pumping, so we don't need that. So our option is the kennel, though we don't have a shovel, so we can't be digging. Do we just pick the pool because it has better doors anyway? I guess. But this is a keycard door as well, which we don't have keycards. Oh, well. Music room, it has keys, but it takes our last 2 gems. I guess parlor for some gems instead, if we can do the puzzle. I'm not building the best map on this day. 2 of the statements are true. The statements on the blue box is true. That will make those 2 true. The gems are in that box with a true statement. Well, that cannot be the case then, because if you have two boxes with a true statement, then you can't have a third true. But yes, if we're saying this is true, and then this is false because the boxes are not in a true statement, so the boxes are in a false statement, so they're here. Yes, they are. Key here. Yeah, we could loop around into the entrance, but I'm not sure we're gonna find more there. Dining here, yes. Gonna be a dinner and 2 doors. Have a fishy. And then... yeah, I did not build this today very well. But, you know, new rooms. We got to see some things. Music room, clock tower. Well, what we get from clock tower is that we can run around and open doors and stuff like that. But music room lets us turn and gives us some keys, so let's do that. Silver key. Still need to get the ballroom at some point so we can get the rest of that. Well, that's 2 keys now. Okay, well, observatory lets us turn. Gets us on this door on the antechamber, but like, we're not exactly have opened it. And we can check up on our stars and stuff like that. Okay, we have 14, so I think we passed the Draxes. But we may still get Draxes and something. I guess let's see. Because yeah, I don't remember the note from the planetarium what it said. We get the apple and the diamond and the steps. Okay, triple. First time triple constellation. And what we get from here. This is not a silver key sort of place. So we can actually rewind and see if we can open this from the dining room for free maybe. We have plenty steps. We can be walking. Drafting studio here is the only thing that lets us continue. So last 2 gems. We get to add a new room. Vestibule. Whenever you enter a vestibule, 3 of the doors in this room unlock and the 4th one becomes locked. Okay, so that's like, it's a passage, but it does weird things. Still the casino, or we can just get classroom normally. I'm not sure classroom by itself works that great. Like, yeah, it has drafting things, but I think if you really want to see all the secrets, you need the stack from the schoolhouse. Resources are a thing now that we kind of have to play with more with the shops and stuff. So maybe it's time to add the casino. Layout for the hall. The opposite ends are dead ends today, or like the across diagonally ends. But it's not clear to me which side is the side we're entering from, so not sure. Special key here? Yeah, I think so. Well, the dark room at least connects to the antechamber at a vague chance that we actually get to open it. So, but we're gonna have to be drafting in the dark, so maybe not. Like, some of the gem rooms tends to be like nursery and stuff like that, so dead ends, so we don't want that. What is this? Oh, that's the pump. That's not good, because yeah, that gets us dead-ended here, which is all of this is now cut off. So we only have this door area. What's the beeping about? We don't want to be touching the pump room for now. It's beeping here. Is it beeping because there's something on the pool side of this door? See, I don't see anything here. Okay, well, we don't have any more doors here. Like, we can't access this. So we'll only be going to the entrance hall. So for the fun of it, we can just open this. Gems. Well, maybe we'll draft some fan room at the bottom, so we have at least gems for that. Yeah, is there something around the pool that was beeping? Yeah, there's a coin. That's what it was. All the excitement for a coin. Yeah, well, this room, nothing interesting when we only had 1 of those things. We don't even have a shovel to be playing with this stuff. Can we buy something from the bookshop then, since we're stuck and we can spend money? Okay. Well, we can either buy both the drafting strategy of this realm and rune. Okay, let's buy the drafting strategies. Let's see what extra secrets they may give us, but we'll have to get the library separately to order that next time. Nothing we can craft. Oh, and we had the battery pack, so that's disappointing that we don't get to use it either. Oh, code check. Well, while this is blocking, I definitely want to code check my battery pack then, because that's only the 2nd time that I've had it in, 16 days now. So I think that's a smart move to have it for later. And the basement key, we know we don't need it anymore, so we don't care. Okay, well, that wasn't a good day. That was definitely me making a poor building decisions. But tomorrow we start with 15 allowance, 14 stars. So, you know, hopefully it's a better day. In terms of rooms, so we added a few things. We still have blue rooms that we don't have. But yes, we're closer on all the shops. I guess the casino is one of the shops as well that we have to draft. No, because it goes in here. So yeah, there's still 2 shops. I guess one of them is the trophy room. So we've seen it, couldn't draft it. We don't have the planetarium, no, so we can just end the day here. Yes, not my best run for sure. Yep, we're just west-facing villa.